Okay, so I have removed this damper motor from the ductwork there. This is for like a makeup air damper, or what's commonly called a fresh air damper. It's power open, spring closed, and it's powered by 24 volts. And the shaft here, it's supposed to rotate, but and then when it removes, when the power is dropped, the spring, there's a spring, it's supposed to return the damper to the closed position. So this is supposed to rotate pretty much freely. What I found was this one was stuck in the closed position, and I tried to move the little flapper. There's like a little set screw you can move to adjust the position of it, and it was completely stuck. So this motor was basically forcing the damper open even when there was no power applied to it. The wires were cut going to this thing, so I offered the guy to remove the damper. As soon as I removed the damper motor, the flapper went to the closed position because of the spring. So he was fine with that. So I removed this from the position there, from the ductwork, and I wanted to just peel it apart, see what's inside of it. So as soon as I popped off this back cover, which is holding on these three little compression pieces here, I popped it off, and this is what I saw first glance on this side. So let me see if I can focus this. All this crystallization and this buildup right here. Let me see if I can, yeah, look at all that. I'm not sure what this is. Some kind of crystallization of something. Maybe the grease that was used, it crystallized, heated up and crystallized. And then there's like this carbon buildup as well here. So yeah, so I took a look at the other side of the motor itself, and this part just spins freely. So I was thinking, why was this stuck closed? Why wasn't it spinning? Probably because all this buildup here was clogging between, let me see if I can just set the screwdriver point. Probably was clogging in right here, in between here, and it wasn't allowing this to spin. So take a look at where this is, in this flat part of this shaft is. You can see it's positioned almost right here, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get this to focus again. Okay, let me just spin this right here. Spin this a couple times. And then look at that. The shaft definitely has moved, so it's definitely rotating. I don't know if I can get this part to move if I move this, but oh yeah, look at that. If I move the shaft, it moves a little bit. So I'm gonna try to put 24 volts to this motor. I'll make a video later about that to see if it spins at all. But it was basically stuck in the closed position when I put 24 volts to it. Since it was already in the closed position, in the fully open position, the damper, all it did was hum. So it wasn't moving at all, it was just humming. So it could be because it wasn't able to rotate freely. So if you have a damper motor that's stuck in the open position or the closed position, whichever it is, pull it off of the piece there, or just pull off the back cover, just pop it off, and see if you can rotate this piece freely by hand, which you should. This should be just as free as this. So I'll try to make a follow-up video to see if this motor even works, if this fixed it, which I hope it did. But that should be it. Hopefully it helps, guys. So this is this motor. Let me dump this debris out of there. This motor is made by Synchron. So if you look at the part number here, okay, let me just start at this end. It tells you it's 24 volts, 60 hertz, draws 6 watts. It tells you 60 rotations per hour, which is basically 1 RPM on this motor shaft here. And then this is the part number of the motor right here. This one is a 3816L. L indicates it rotates in the left hand, towards the left hand position, which I think is counterclockwise if you're looking at the shaft. So that's what direction it spins. And then the part number is -5-6. So 3816L-5-6. And I'm not sure what this designator is over here, but every single motor I've come across, they all have different part numbers. So I don't know why that is, but I've seen some with different shaft configurations. Some have a gear on the end of it. Some have a, this is a flat shaft here. Some have a double flat. So a bunch of different configurations. The one I saw was riveted in. This one was screwed in. So this one was easy to remove. If it's riveted in, you can drill out the rivets and then replace them. But you don't need to do that. Just remove this back cover. Just pop it off and then inspect it. So I'll be doing that on future calls where the damper motor is stuck. So help to free it up. I watched a video where they said that these motors should last forever. But obviously it's not the case. This one's probably 25 years old or so. Kind of hard to tell. Probably installed with the house. So yeah, it's easy as that. And then you just snap this cover back in, just like that. And you can see it's pretty loose. So I was like, man, this cover has to come off. So that's why I peeled it off. So that's how you do a repair on a Synchron damper motor.